Today I'm going to talk to you about what to do when you get to a school. When it's time for you to get to your location, you want to make sure that you go ahead and get out all of your training manuals and your testing manuals out so that you're ready to begin as soon as you go to the classroom and pull a student. Every student will have a student packet that looks like this. So I have a checklist on here that will tell you the assessments that you need to do with that student. It will have like their name, what grade they're in, their teacher's name. Also on there should be a place where someone has handwritten the time that this teacher tells you is best to pull the student, so that you know everything that you need to work with that day for those students is right there on their packet. There's also this is an older study checklist, but it will show you kind of what you need. It has blank lines for each assessment that you're going to be giving, and a place for you to do, those blank lines are places for you to initial when you give an assessment, the date that you give the assessment, and then make sure that you check it off that you did give it. It's very important that as soon as you complete an assessment with a child, that you go ahead and initial date and check off that you gave it. That way, the packet checklist stays current. When I go to pull the student tomorrow, I will know exactly what needs to be done. I won't have to look in here and say, well, my goodness, where did one of these assessments go? It's not checked off, but yet it's not in the packet. So it's very important that when you do an assessment with a student that you make sure you check it off, that you initial and date, and that you check it off that you have given it. There's a place down at the bottom for any testing notes. So let's say that we have the wrong birth date on here. You could write a little note saying date of birth is actually whatever. You could scratch it up here and write it. You also want to, if you're in the middle of, let's say, head, toes, knees, and shoulders, you're in the middle of that computer task, we have a fire drill, and we have to do that task again with a student, you can write on here that you are doing session 2 of HTKS, that there are 2 sessions, so that when they're getting that data that they can merge it together with the student where you left off the first time and then pick up where you left off. So the checklist and keeping it current and up to date is very important. Inside of the packet are all of the assessments that you have to do with the student. No completed assessment should go back into here. You want to make sure that any assessment that you do complete with a student, that you go ahead and score it while you're at the school, and then put it in the folder inside of the packet box that's designated for completed assessments. You would never want to put a completed assessment in here, because those completed assessments will need to be picked up as soon as someone can get to the school, and then get them back to the scoring lab so that they can be entered into FileMaker. So only the assessments that you need to complete are going to be found inside of your packet. And then at the end of your day at that school or that site, you want to make sure that you pack up all the materials and put them in their designated place. If you're the person who's supposed to be keeping the manuals and all that, then you want to make sure that you get everything, computer, cords, everything, and put it back into that box, and you take it with you to bring back to your place tomorrow, if you're going to be coming back to this site or if you're going to be going to another one. So it's very important too that we leave the environment that we go into as clean as it was, or better, than when we get there. So make sure that you keep that packet current by checking, initialing, dating, and checking off those assessments as you complete them with a student, and putting the completed assessments in a folder designated for those. And then just tidy up your space, and you should be all set to begin testing again the next day. And that's how you handle the assessment checklist and your materials.